Hello, we're back again and it's Responding to Life. My name is Victoria NKATHA. Today is day 26 of the 100 Days of Happiness Challenge and you all know the drill. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and welcome back to the returning subscribers. Now with that said, let's get right into today's video. Now, as always, today's video is inspired by a quote, and today's quote is from Viktor Frankl. And Viktor Frankl says, "When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure." Now, let's get a bit deeper into these. A lot of people usually get into a point of they do not know what they're doing with their lives, hence for them they would rather go out to party, they would rather go out and have sexual intercourse, they would rather go out and do so many other things and just distract themselves simply because there's no direction towards life. We always talk about purpose at Responding to Life and why it's so important. However, a lot of people steer into distraction simply because they do not know the meaning or they don't have the essence of their life. Now, not necessarily distraction, again, pleasure in all manners, pleasure in so many aspects and in many ways, which too much of it could actually lead to distraction. Now, one of the things is that a lot of people end up doing things and wasting time and wasting sensible resources simply because they don't have an idea in terms of what they really want to do and what their meaning in life is. Therefore, we go back to the essence of true happiness comes from getting some sort of sense and meaning in your life. Once the pleasure leaves, or rather once it's time to go home after the party, or once it's time to sober up, you realize that a lot of people tend to go into a rabbit hole of depression simply because they start questioning themselves. Is this all I'm living for? Is this all that I'm capable of? Is this all that I can do? It's party after party every day, every time. It's drinking and dancing and sleeping around and doing so many things. Is this really what it is? Now, some of these things are not necessarily bad, but too much of it, as I said, can really be detrimental towards who you are and can really cause a lot of distraction. Now, one of the things that we really want to focus on is helping people find their purpose. What is it that you like to do? And maybe the pleasures of life can actually turn into what your purpose is, or rather what the meaning of life for you is. But before you find this, you need to understand yourself. As we talked about in the video before, finding yourself and reaching to the person that you are first really can help determine where your purpose is and help you find out the meaning of life. And once you don't have this, then you cannot move forward. You'll always go after the next pleasure, after the next pleasure, after the next one, until you realize that you spent 10 years, 20 years seeking pleasure, running after pleasure, while as true pleasure comes from finding true meaning within life and being happy from within. A lot of times, a lot of people seek pleasure simply because they're seeking happiness. They're seeking that spur of the moment. They're seeking that little thing that can be able to give them that adrenaline, can be able to give them that joy, but it really does not exist for a long time. Therefore, wherever you are, if you find yourself spiraling into that whole trying to find what can pleasure you the next minute, if it's a woman or a man, if it's a drink, if it's a party, if it's this and that, if it's that little coin, if it's whatever it is that you seek pleasure in, and you find yourself going into what next, maybe it's time for you to sit down and evaluate yourself and really seek that which that can make you find true meaning in life, so that you'll be able to be truly happy with no compromise, no feeling like it's dependent on anything else or anything that can come and go, but really seeking that true joy so that you can end up being happy in life. Now I hope this will help somebody, and as we continue to the 100 days of happiness challenge, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of our videos. Also, do not forget to visit us on our website www.respondingtolife.org, and do not forget to follow us on our social media accounts at responding_to_life and at Victoria_NKATHA on all our social media platforms. Now with that said, my name is Victoria NKATHA. This is Responding to Life, and see you tomorrow.